Now, the second wave of COVID-19 infections has prompted the French authorities to reimpose lockdown measures. But guess what the French have been doing? They have not been adhering to the lockdown measures. Instead, they've decided to go on a bit of a shopping spree and are flouting the COVID-19 rules. This report tells you more.
With more than 1.3 million COVID-19 infections, France is one of the worst affected nations in Europe. President Emmanuel Macron has warned that the second wave of the coronavirus will probably be more difficult and deadlier than the first one. This is the reason why France has now reimposed strict lockdown measures. With this, 65 million people will be largely confined to their homes, needing written permits to step out. But in the small French town of Hyères, few people are paying any heed to lockdown rules, which have come into effect from Friday night. Shops remain open and people took their dogs out for grooming.
You can imagine that when you're not going to be able to pay anyone at the end of the month, even people who work with us, it is enough to make you angry. But we need to be reasonable and take action which is constructive, because the world will go on after this and we need to be able to keep on going. Today we are staying open to support the mayor, if nothing else, because he has done something important for us. But from Tuesday, we'll make a decision about what we are going to do.
There is a revolt brewing against Emmanuel Macron's decree to lock down all non-essential services. The mayor of Hyères, Olivier Clodon, has issued a counter-decree allowing businesses to remain open, describing the policy of lockdown as inconsistent.
Par rapport au commerce, comme je ne comprends pas pourquoi on laisse des hypermarchés ouverts et des supermarchés ouverts et qu'on demande aux petits commerces de fermer, alors que tout le monde sait qu'il y a beaucoup moins de risques sanitaires dans un petit commerce que dans un grand, important, eh bien j'ai pris un arrêté permettant aux commerces non alimentaires de rester ouverts. Voilà. Parce que j'estime qu'on prend beaucoup moins de risques à venir acheter son livre ou ses chaussures ou ses vêtements dans une petite boutique où il n'y a pas beaucoup de monde que dans un grand hypermarché.
New lockdown measures are less drastic than during France's lockdown in spring. Schools are to remain open and greater flexibility has been promised to people unable to work from home. But businesses fear the worst. In Italy, which has also resorted to fresh lockdowns, thousands of common people and members belonging to trade unions marched in protest in central Rome. Protesters demanded compensation for the losses which will be incurred during the lockdown.
If closures happen, we need to receive an income. The government should give financial support to the people who have to choose whether to work or get sick. The best option would be to take care of the services that have been denied so far and not to delay the financial support again. At this point, the solution is to have a universal income for all people who are affected by this crisis. That is not only a health crisis, but also an economic and social crisis.
In the last week, Europe has recorded almost 240,000 cases per day. In contrast, in the month of June, it was recording just 15,000 cases a day. With the onset of the winter, the second wave of COVID-19 has gripped Europe. It is a double whammy, as people now fear the economic collapse due to lockdowns, just as much as the COVID-19 infections. Bureau Report, WION World is One.